How's it, everybody? Welcome back to Citystate II. It's been a while since we've been in this game, let alone this city, and that's because I've been experiencing some weird issues with my recording softwares, specifically when it comes to Citystate. Now, I use NVIDIA Shadowplay to do my recording, but for some odd reason, Shadowplay no longer recognizes Citystate II as a game, so I don't get the Shadowplay overlay. So the only way I could capture this is to set Shadowplay into desktop recording mode. The problem is that I've got a multi-monitor setup, so it ends up always recording the wrong monitor, even though I have my primary monitor set up. And I specifically want to record it on my primary monitor because this is a 4K monitor and I don't want to shift the game over to the other monitors because those are 1080p. But Shadowplay just continually refuses. So I had to go and disable my other monitor from actually being recognized or being used by Shadowplay, reboot my computer and literally run just the single monitor for the recording to be able to work. But I guess it is what it is. I did try to use OBS Studio to do the recording, but OBS Studio when recording in 4K is complete disaster. I don't know why. Maybe there's a setting that I am not aware of, but it doesn't seem to capture it at the full 60 FPS. Instead, it just drops frames like it's nobody's business. It's extremely jagged to watch. It's not very pleasant. Anyway, all in all, most important, it is functioning. Hopefully it is recording properly in the background. I guess I will only know once I am done because I like to do these recordings in a single sitting. Okay, so in the last video we set up the highway, which I think is pretty cool. Does the job nicely. And today what I wanted to do was to continue exploring this game. I still forgot to talk about this beautiful cloud that just sits in the middle of nowhere here. And when I unpause the game, it gradually disappears. Well, eventually it will disappear. So I want to explore the game a bit. One of the things that I want to get my head around is a lot of these things, all these budgets, these policies and so on. So I actually want to spend some time to read a bit about them, understand what each of them do, and see what we actually need to employ at some point or the other. And I figured this is a learning exercise for me. I thought I would share my learning exercise as well, so anybody who is interested can follow along. But before we do that, we are running quite low on water. Electricity is hitting its max as well, and I suspect it just might want a couple of these buildings actually, what's the term, upgrade to higher level ones. So we will put down some water. Where's the water thing? I haven't been in this game in a while. I don't even know what's what anymore. Is this water pumping station? Yeah. So we currently have one active. If we increase it to one more, okay, that's still affordable. Now we are at half of our water usage, which is good. That's what we want. And then we have, what's this? Okay, that's a factory. We have our coal power plant, which is already at 3 generators at 85%. Okay, we'll leave it for a bit, see how it goes. When power starts becoming an issue, we'll get an alert anyway, and then we'll come and probably plop another one down somewhere. This airport issue is still there, and I don't get why this airport issue is still there. The entire building is gone, and I suspect the only way I can get it back is if I actually upgrade. Now this thing only costs me 10. Wait a minute, it's already been upgraded to level 2. So let's go to level 3 Okay, nothing is happening. Oh, no, man, this is international connections. Okay, sorry. So this, if I upgrade it, is going to cost me 6,500. I can't afford that upgrade. So we can't afford to do that quite yet. We need to get more income first before we can upgrade this. But I tested this out on a side map that once I actually upgraded this, the building came back. But I'm not sure if that happens across, what's the word, across boots or not. This game volume is very loud in my ears. I'm not sure if it's the same for everybody. So that's interface, city ambient noise. Okay, so I hope it's not too bad. Haven't changed the settings since the last time we played, so. Alright, so whilst that is happening, so far I don't think there's anything wrong. There isn't anything happening with pollution. It's all contained to these areas. What is this? Religiousness. Okay. So this is the stuff that I want to familiarize myself with. What all of this actually means exactly. So there's no color scale. There's no actual color scale that tells me whether bright is better or dark is better, but I'm assuming bright is better, which it's usually the standard. We've got things like birth rates. I'm guessing these people here are pumping hard and having a ton of babies, whereas these ones are pumping for leisure. Land value is decent, I guess. See, this is where I don't understand what the color schemes mean. So we got, okay, so the blue is all the commercial spaces, the green is all the residential spaces, and I'm guessing all the reds are your plopped buildings. But how does this affect land value? Because it's not showing me anything about the actual land itself, and that's what I don't get. Because I would expect this to show me, you know, like bright green for areas where the land value is very high, red if the land value is very low. But it appears that is not the case, so I guess I need to... Oh, no, wait, hang on. We're looking at land use. Oh, this is my bad. So this is land use. That's land value. There we go. That's better. Okay, cool. So these, the bright blue areas are places of high land value, and darker blue going to whatever this weird color is where land value is not the greatest. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Then one of the things that is I'm guessing quite important, I suppose, is my approval ratings, right? So I need to understand what my approval ratings are. And as it stands, I guess I'm leaning more towards the right wing. I'm kind of in the middle. 53 is halfway between 51 and 55%. So, I mean, I'm not doing too bad. So both left and right are fairly okay with me, which is fine because I'm not really looking to lean towards any specific area. Now, this is all governed by what policies I set, right? Opinions of left-wing citizens on the issues important to them. These factors are what their approval is computed on. Ah, okay, cool. So I'm guessing this means that the more environmental stuff I set up, the higher my ratings will be with the left. And the right is not particularly fast about environmental stuff. Left's not very fast about inequality. A larger middle class usually means less income inequalities. And these chappies here don't really care much about inequality either. So we have economic freedom. So the right value stability quite a lot, clearly. I'm guessing that's what these things mean. That if I do stuff that is more towards the civil rights, my approval will go up with the left. it won't affect these right wingers much, I'm guessing. And what's this government type? Economic freedom. Is this a graph? Is this a chart of some sort? Yeah, economic freedom to civil rights. So I can end up in a complete dystopia or a complete utopia. But if it's blue and red, then higher up in a dictatorship would keep the left extremely happy. I don't know what this means. I'll figure it out later. What's going on here with chat? So GDP is blah blah. Okay, so all of these are just graphing the different ones in terms of where they are. That's not too bad. And economy wise, what is this? I don't know what in the world this is. So retail, what's the number of jobs that will be created or points added to the demand in the next sector for every job, or points subtracted to the demand created in the previous sector. This value is affected by the next sector's growth bonus. That means absolutely nothing to me. I don't know what in the world that meant. And this is basically written in exactly the same vein. Nope, this means diddly squat. The number of jobs that will be created for points added. Ugh. There we go again with points added. I feel like this is written very techy. You know, this is like the game logic and what's happening in the simulation, and they've just translated that straight to text onto the screen. This seems like code jargon that is completely flying over my head. Anyway, something is happening there, and there's some kind of loop going on there. I don't know what's happening. I'll figure that out another day. Okay, that's approval. We've seen that, and these are all the various charts. Okay, so not much else to go on there. Civil rights index higher in tolerant and open societies, sometimes accompanied by strong government interventions. Also, we're good being kind of in the middle. Economic freedom index higher in unregulated free market economy. Okay, so we probably a bit good. So we are 7% unemployment. That's not the end of the world. Now, budget wise, it doesn't look like we have much of a problem with budget. We look good. All right, we've got $178,000 in expenses. But I'm not really too fussed about this. I mean, we are making money down here, so that's good. Inflation is at 2.2%. That's not too bad. So I can just print money. But if I print money, I'm going to increase inflation, right? Add cash to the city's balance, increases inflation, yeah, and reduces the value of the national currency. Okay, so that's cool. This removes cash from the city's balance, decreases inflation, and increases the value of the national currency. Okay, so this is standard, I guess, economics, right? The more money there is in the system, the easier it is for everybody to get hold of that money, and so demand for it is not that high, and my currency basically drops. All right, so overall we're still good. We've got a 1 to 1.3 US dollar exchange rate, which is decent. I mean, if South Africa had that currency, wow, it would be nice, but we don't. Border control. Now I remember setting a whole bunch of stuff here where we had to open up for like the low income people. A negative value indicates that there is not enough airport connections to serve all potential migrants. Oh wow. Positive values represent the additional attractivity earned from the number of airport connections. So we are underserved by over 300%. Okay, so let's see. Does that mean that if I go ahead, go down to the airports, increase our connections? What is open? Yeah. Okay, so our monthly cost has gone up. Oh wait, hang on. It will cost me 6,500 to upgrade this, but this is just my monthly cost. What's this? Is there a way to toggle to see what the upgrade cost? Should we upgrade this and actually find out? Because it seems like this airport is actually only costing me 450. I don't expect that to more than double, right? Let's see. Upgrade. There we go. And there, see, the building came back. Now I don't know if it's going to disappear again when I boot up. But that's cool. We could afford to do that. But still, we got 402 passengers and a capacity of only that. So if we bump it up one more time, then we've got enough capacity. We're not paying 1,000. We good. All right. So we should have enough operations within the airport for people to hopefully come. So that's border control. There we go. So that's no longer too bad a problem. We are operating now at just under 4% capacity. Well, I suppose efficiency. So it's not too bad. Cool. Great. Why is this the only one that has? Okay, quality of life. This index is based on security, health, pollution, and number of parks. So does a higher value mean a good thing or a bad thing? I don't understand. Well, I'm going to assume since a negative here means we are underperforming at the airport, positive is good. Right, so developing countries plus 25, developed countries minus 10. I don't know what that means. Migrants coming from undeveloped nations motivated by employment perspectives. Does this mean we don't have a lot of people coming from any of these countries? But I'm guessing overall, it's not bad, I think. I don't know. So that's border control. Let's talk legislation. So what's legislation? So we've got company, compulsory public, private funded. Okay, so I remember we signed this up. Unemployment, 50% income. So this is what you get for 3 months. So we set this up now depending upon. Okay, so let's see something. So at this rate, we have a minus 10% approval rating from the left. The right does not mind it. If we do 12 months 75, then the right is not happy and the left is very happy. So if we give everybody money for 2 years of being unemployed, then the right is definitely not happy and the left is like, yay. So is this, when positive, additional expenditure required by this policy? Wait, hang on. When positive, additional expenditure is required by this policy. When negative, additional income earned with this policy. The cost will increase along the city's population. Wow. Is it just me, or am I just being dumb and thinking all of this stuff is very cryptic? Okay, so this one is the most neutral, right? The right is not happy, the left is a little bit unhappy, but they can live with it. So let's enact this policy. Boom, done. And we've done some economic related stuff. Now, power is basically about to go. So let's, since we've reached our limit in terms of generators, it would appear we need to build, another one. So let's go ahead. Where can we plop one? Let's plop one here in the oh, there's traffic. There's traffic. Can I put maybe another route straight to here maybe? Would that help? Let's first build. But these controls are inverted for me. So I need to actually do a proper thing. Let's expand this a little bit. And then let's put down, where's electricity? Oh my gosh, I forgot where things are here. Elementary, I'm at education, there it is. Diesel generator, that's a tiny one. I'm gonna put down one of these. Okay. And oh, we're not too great, but we are also not too bad. But at least now we can just enable a few more reactors or generators and we should be good. All right, cool. So we've got some power. I forgot to turn off the day-night cycle. I suppose let's appreciate the nighttime shots of this. It's just not too shabby. One thing is that you can see that the buildings that are the same have the exact same night texture. And since there's so much repetition of buildings all around this area, it does look kind of monotonous. It would be cool if you had like different night textures that you could swap out, or just do a random between, just so the lights just look, you know, slightly different. Or is it just my eyes? Are they actually? Yeah, no, they're the same. Oh no, they're not. So let's look at these. We've got these 4 here. Those 4 are on. We've got these 3 here. Oh no, it's the same. It's just the angle I'm looking at it from. Yeah, it is the same texture. Okay, that's fine. All right, so legislation-wise, so there are a couple more that we can enact actually. Entrepreneurship, pensions. Ooh, pension sounds interesting. So what is this? So compulsory private funded, state funded, income-based annuity. Yeah, that sounds fair. So we will fund it, sure, but what you get is based on what you earned before. Private funded will leave a lot of people unable to retire in peace. What does universal annuity mean? I wish I knew more about what it meant. Okay, so this also indicates health, effect of health system, impact the quality of all hospitals in a nation. So better health actually affects this specific one, I'm guessing. I can't switch between those. And I suppose it would make sense that pollution should have no effect on annuities. So if it's private funded, then we don't pay anything as a government. If it's optional, we still don't pay anything. But here we pay $641. But then at least we look after our citizens, right? We want to look after our citizens. So let's enact this one. Department of Commerce. Is this building enables policies and regulations that influence the economy directly? Drastic changes are possible. It is therefore advised to act step by step and be aware of the people's political leaning. Okay, whatever that means. I don't know what that's talking about. So this require, okay, so to go into, to enact anything to do with society, I need to have the social affairs, the Department of Social Affairs. Okay. This requires, so I can't enact any of these because I need to have specific buildings. Now, how do I get these buildings? So I'm guessing these would be in the, so government buildings, Department of Commerce. So this is what I was just reading about. So we can place this somewhere. Let's go and place it. I'm excited to see what this has to offer me. Wait, why can't I place it along this road? Okay, there we go. So Department of Commerce is now placed. Fictitious jobs. Useful to create, or useful to decrease the unemployment rates, but expensive. $2 per job. I see. So if my unemployment rate is high, I can come and create jobs, even though the jobs don't really exist. I suppose that's a way to help with the economy. So back here, what can I now enact? There we go. So I can now enact economy-based stuff to regulate or unregulate economic activities. So I can set up tariffs, finance, Starting up a business, innovation, copyrights and patents, retail. Jeepers, there's a lot in this. So let's see tariffs. So what's tariffs? Tariffs on imported goods. So if it's set to low, I lose money, right? When negative, additional income earned, or additional income is earned with this policy. Interesting. And if it's medium, I earn even more. And nobody is complaining. If it's high, they're cool. It's not too bad. I'm earning an additional $250. I am reading that right. Oh, but it's green. Doesn't green mean that? No, it says when positive, but that's not positive. It's negative, right? That's negative 250. So when negative, additional income earned with this policy. Let's enact this and see. So it doesn't make people too unhappy. So I think this is fine. We can deal with that. So we're currently earning 235. Let's see if that will go up. 2935, let me rather say. Yeah, look at that. Almost instantaneous. So now we're earning some money off of tariffs. And we can edit it and change it at any time. So that's cool. So retail is a little unhappy. Office is a little bit unhappy. Manufacturing and advanced manufacturing are cool with it. This is fine. This is fine. I don't think this is too bad. We can add some additional income and be good. Sweet. So we can always enact a whole bunch of other stuff. So finance, regulations of banks, trusts, and financial products. Control risky financial firms and products. So this makes the right happy. Left doesn't care. Control all financial transactions. Now we're going into dictatorship. Ban private banks. Ooh, if I ban private banks, everybody is forced to bank with the state, and therefore I get all the money and I get a crap ton out of it. That's cool. But we can control all financial transactions. But even if we do that, we don't make any money out of it. So all of these don't make me money. They keep people fairly happy. But man, I wish I could really ban private banks. But then that's like that will not be cool. So it's fine. Let's leave everything as it is. I don't lose any money by enacting this policy anyway, so that's cool. It's not the end of the world. Crowded schools. Teachers are asking for additional classrooms to improve learning conditions. Sure. Should I enact this? Approve this law. Stability decreases. Okay, let's not worry ourselves too much about that. So let's look at education. Is this education? Yeah, that's education. We need additional classrooms. So let's upgrade you. You've got capacity, got lots and lots of students. Is there another school around here? Yeah, this is a high school. Whoa. I can't upgrade that any further. This is also a high school, so you can be upgraded a little bit. You are capacity wise, we are good. This is an elementary school. We can't upgrade that also any further. Cool. So let's get 1 or 2 elementary schools in. Maybe I can put one around here. Elementary school. So let's put one here. And maybe one in this area as well, because we've got quite a bit of residential area going on here. So let's get that there. So I hope, let's upgrade you as well, so you have got increased capacity. Look at that. The moment my capacity goes up, the number of students available also goes up. Does this mean that I am completely, let's see, upgrade that? Yeah, see that? I wonder why that does that. It just goes up immediately along with it, which is not cool. Alright. But I think that should be fine. We should be good. Let's continue our policy. So we can do stuff. Control and procedures for new businesses. So 3-day simple verification. So this, if you want to start a business, you go through a 3-day verification progress. Here you just declare a process. You just declare and off you go. We make no money. This makes a few people happy. This does not. This makes everybody happy. And then we've got that. So this is a positive value. So we'll need to pay money for this to happen. Whereas I need a special and that costs me more. So this is fine. Simple process. Everybody start your businesses. I think that's cool. We are good. Innovations. Now we can allow people. Government approval required can only be conducted by the government. Well, that will not make too many people happy. So this makes the left happy and the right does not really care. It costs me money. It costs me too much money. Yeah, I can just give you approval. Go ahead. That doesn't cost me anything. That's fine. We can approve that. Copyrights and patents. Enforce except for oligopolistic sectors. What in the world does that word even mean? I've got some Googling to do when I'm done here. Do not enforce copyrights. No, but we have to enforce. Enforce for all sectors. Criminalize violations of intellectual property. Yeah, we should criminalize intellectual property. Why should we leave people to steal other people's intellectual property? No, your IP should be your IP, right? I'm sorry, lefties, you're not going to be happy with this one, but somebody's IP must be protected as much as possible. Let's enact that. Retail regulations. What do we get from here? It says prosecute informal and unlicensed vendors. We should do that. Monthly inspections, limited open hours. Nah. With government approval, limited opening hours. No regulations. Informal. No. This will like completely go out of control. Whereas if we prosecute the informal and unlicensed vendors, that will also affect people wanting to just set up their stuff, which is also not cool. But I mean, come on. Let's not worry about that just yet. And then Clean Air Act. Ooh. Additional taxes on polluting industries in urban areas. Additional taxes on all pollutions. Tax every metric ton. We gotta keep our air clean, people. And this gives me money. Now, the right, not very happy, but it's not too bad. We're gonna enact this policy. I think that's a good policy to have. Let's ensure that our environment is well controlled. So, all right, I think I get the gist of this. I see how this is set up, how you enact different things, and through all of these, you can either make money or lose money. You can make certain people happy, others unhappy, and that makes sense. All right, we are running low on power again and water. We've got quite a bit of demand for advanced manufacturing. Residential demand is slowly climbing, so let's get here. And what I want to do is we're going to connect up this road all the way up to the side, just so that we can have some flowing traffic in a different direction. But we'll actually make it kind of go in that way, so that it's not just a straight road and all the cars just start using it. All right, let's get that down quickly. Alright, so with that done, let's just shift along here quickly and get some residential areas also down, because residential demand is going up, and let's build up the population just a little bit. So let's take a moment. We've zoned out quite a bit of areas. I see we're complaining about power outages, so it looks like we've unlocked a new building as well, the Department of Social Affairs. But before we explore that, let's quickly enable one more generator here. Gives us 80%. I'm so worried. I don't think that's enough. I want to enable another one for future reference, but let's wait for the population to grow a bit so that we can make a little bit more money, and then we'll do that. But I want to look at this Department of Social Affairs. So I want to keep all my governmental buildings in and around this area. So we've got the government buildings, Department of Social Affairs. This is the one. Yes, unlocks social policies. Great. So we'll drop it in that corner. Let's see what that asset looks like. These are quite nice. These buildings are very nice. So with this one as well, we can unlock. Wait, hang on. If this is, what is this one? This Department of Commerce. Okay, cool. So I want this to sort of be the government district-ish. So we've got this building that's also here. So now we've got these two. So this will be that strip, you know. So that's the plan. These buildings are getting nice and tall, which is nice and sad at the same time, because power and water. But right now my demand for residential is extremely high, and we have informal settlements starting to creep up. So I just want to pause the game quickly before I start running into slums. And let's just quickly do this. Let us zone out some roads. And this area is still going to be my government strip. So we will have roads that go all the way through. And around here, what I want to do is that I want to put a couple of tall skyscrapers, since this will be sort of the, what's this, the financial district, I suppose. And where's the highway? What's this unfeasible road layout? Oh. Okay, that's the highway. So, but I don't want to spend more money on the highway just yet. Let's zone out these first. So we have, hey, why didn't it zone that? Oh, it's not gonna fit. Okay, that's fine. Let's unpause you so long. Let's get some of these skyscrapers in, because we need to up our population, and we need to up it fast before things get out of hand. So financial district coming up close to the river here. We're gonna have massive buildings all over the place. Hopefully the buildings will actually grow and be big, because if they don't, then well, all of this is a waste. Do I have enough? No, I don't. So in order to have a nice perfect grid, we will continue that. All right, great. So we've met the residential demand. Commercial has gone up a bit, so let's put some commercial into these spaces here, and that's fine. And I think one more block of commercial around here should be good. And then we'll extend it out a little bit more, and then just have low density all around. I just want to see this commercial demand go down. And that should go down hopefully over time as these get built. Alright, cool. So that's that. So I think we kind of get the gist of how the legislations work. We've got society, what that Department of Social Affairs or whatever it's called. So we can actually start legislating a couple more things: gender equality, freedom of religion, gambling, and so on. I think this will be cool. I think this is a nice place to actually leave it. We'll figure all of this out in the next one and balance out our population and stuff a bit better. I see advanced industry now is something that we need to think about. All right, I think that's it. I think we've figured out quite a bit in terms of what we can legislate. Next video we'll continue to expand this town, maybe legislate a few more things and see how it goes, and hopefully we'll see skyscrapers. I want to see really, really tall buildings, and I feel like I've been waiting very long to see very, very tall buildings, and they're not coming. But they are coming along slowly but surely. We got a couple here starting to shoot up, so that is great. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I think we will leave it here for today, and in the next one we will continue our expansion. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up, leave your comments below. If you know what a lot of those menu items are that I don't seem to understand, let me know in the comments. I will really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody.